The next setting we're going to look at is the release time, and this sets how quickly the compressor lets go and stops affecting the signal once the input signal has dropped below the threshold. So let's have a look at what that means. We'll play our pulse again, we'll bring the threshold down and add some compression. And the release time is basically how quickly it takes to get rid of the gain reduction. So you can see there it's set at 50 milliseconds, which is pretty quick. If we turn it up longer, you can see that this signal here is taking longer to get back to the 0 point. And generally speaking, you want the release time to sort of match the audio coming in. So we have a few examples here and we can see. So by the time that sound plays again, it's back at 0. And if we play this sound, it's not quite getting back to 0. So we can bring the release down on that. And the reason we want to get the compressor back to 0 each time is that, say for example you're playing a drum loop and the release is set too long, the compression or the attack, so if you're letting a bit of attack through, will only affect that first note on the drum, and the release will not have time to come back to let that attack happen on every hit. So you want to sort of program your release to the sort of the speed of your sounds. So you can see here we've got a sort of a faster pulse. We'll have to bring our release down to match it, and again we can go even faster. And again our release is only getting, our gain reduction is only getting back to about 6 dB, so we want to get it right down to 0. And likewise even faster. Okay, so that should give you a pretty good idea of what the release control does. We're going to have a quick look at how that affects a loop. And I've just got a basic loop in, and I've got compression settings really extreme, just so we can hear what's happening with the release time. So we'll start with the long release time, and then we'll bring the release time down, and you'll be able to hear what is happening in the loop. And it'll start off that you'll start hearing the attack come through because the release time's bouncing back up a wee bit more, and then as we get to a really low release time, you'll hear more of that drum coming through. So we can hear at about 50 milliseconds we're getting the kick and the snare attacks coming through again. So you're getting the punch there, and if we bring it lower, you'll start hearing more of that snare sort of being pumped through. And what's happening there is the attack is being let through, and then it's being compressed and bringing the level of and then being released again, and then the level of the snare is coming up right behind it. So you're getting that sort of pumping effect. So that's it for release. In the next tutorial, we're going to have a look at peak and RMS and soft knee and hard knee.